All right. All right. Fine. Here we go. Sapphire Steel. Hello, everyone. Welcome once again. It's me, 24K Hector, and you are in 24K Lorcana. And it's been a while. I know that it's been a while since I did a Sapphire Steel. Well, at least, since the back-to-back? I think I did one more since then. I know I had released the list in the cookout, but it wasn't. It was just like a little basic foundation. But you guys had been asking for it, and I am here to give you guys a deck profile. I'm not only going to give you this deck profile, but I'm actually going to giving you guys another one maybe this coming weekend. So if you're watching this on Wednesday or so, it should be up on Friday or Saturday. And that's going to be a different take. So the one I'm going to give you guys today is the one with the whole new world, guys. As you guys know, Sapphire Steel has gone like a big boost from this coming set. It is set to be going to be one of the best decks in the format. So we are definitely looking forward to that. And definitely excited, right? Because as you guys know, I've been on Sapphire Steel. If you don't know, welcome to the channel. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If this is your first time. But I've been on Sapphire Steel for a while, so I've been on the kind of like on the rough end, right? Because it's been like not meta, so I've had to like adjust and build it to beat the meta. And that's how I like to build decks regardless. So it's definitely going to be interesting because if it is going to be a meta deck, it's going to be not as enjoyable, weirdly enough, for me to play it because people are going to be teching towards Sapphire Steel instead of me teching towards the meta, which is what I usually like. But it's going to be really hard to also not play because it's going to be very powerful. So I should probably enjoy the time that I have while it's meta, right, and still play it. So I'm going to give you guys two lists. We did get some boosts. This is the whole new deck, right? That's what I called it, the whole new deck, because this is Sapphire Steel and we are playing Whole New World again. And the reason it's a whole new deck is, as you guys know, I was playing a non-wheel deck. I was playing a more tempo based, not the Kiwi one. The Kiwi one was more a little bit like on the aggro side, low to the ground, but I was playing more of like just a tempo with Hiram, Sad Boy Beast, and all that. That was it got a pretty good traction in the community, so it's pretty cool. I am going to have the update for that one. That's going to be the next video. So weirdly enough, this video I'm going to show you guys is more for you guys like Whole New World. I think this is, if the call is to play Whole New World, then this is the deck that I will be playing and I will probably be piloting. Now, the meta changes every 2 weeks, guys. Like this one, you guys can see there can be some flex spots here. Yeah, there definitely could be some flex spots in this deck right here. They could be like, you guys are gonna see it. I'm gonna be talking about it. You guys see the list should be coming up right here, and that's kind of what we're gonna be talking about today. But and that's that. Let's get to the deck, guys. We are gonna be playing the 4 popsicles and the 4 photospheres. We are playing 8 items now as a form of the 1-drop, because your 1-drop can now turn into a bell. The new bell got introduced. You guys know what it is. It's a 3/3 body, inkable, cost 3, or you play it for free by banishing one of those items. And the reason you don't mind banishing those items is because we are also now on the new Tamatoa. The new Tamatoa, it's a great card you on play. It's a 6-drop, but as you guys know, we can play it on turn 5, maybe turn 4 if you hyper ramp, but not in this build. You should be able to just play it on 5 if you even need to. But you play the Tamatoa on play, it grabs 2 items like Photosphere and Popsicle, and then when it quests, it allows you to play an item for free from your hand. Ideally, in this deck, you want to be playing cards like Quill or cards like Dime for free, right? That's where you can get most of your value in. But yes, we are playing the 4 Popsicle and the 4 Photosphere, and now for our 2-drops, we are playing 4 Tipo and 3 Smees. There's some builds that were cutting Smees, there's some builds that were playing 4 Smees. It's really kind of a high debate right now. It's just tight in space, which is why I'm only playing 3, but I wanted to give myself the maximized option to be able to play a body on turn 2. Also, Bell on turn 1, Smee on turn 2 is really, really strong, and you're kind of like checking the aggro, and then you're fine. As we know, the more turns that happen with Sapphire Steel, the more powerful and scary that deck gets. So you just want to be able to survive the early rounds. But now with the Belle, the 3/3, she's huge in this deck. She's gonna able allow us to do that. What's crazy is I don't have that many cards from the new set in this deck, but the cards that are, they're so impactful that it's a whole new deck for sure. The Tipo allowing us to play the ramp early, but also, guys, the Smee is an ally and the Tipo is an ally. By the way, sorry guys, I'm looking at my notepad if you can see why I'm kind of looking down. So the Tipo and the Smee they're both allies, so that allows us to play a card on turn 4 that's originally a 6 cost, and that is the Bianca. As you guys see there, I am playing 2 copies of the Bianca. What the Bianca allows us to do is play her on turn 4. You don't maximize on her because she's not fully needed like that, but being able to play pretty much a 5/5 body on turn 4 is pretty good, like this Chris McDuck, right? The thing is, this one's inkable, but she quests for 1 less. The one good upside with this is that as being a whole new world deck, now we have a solid singer in 5/5 that's probably not going to get outed anytime soon. She can sing your Along Came Zeus, she can sing your Whole New World, she can sing your Grab. We are still playing 1 Grab. The only reason we're playing 1 Grab in this build as well is because I believe, so I kind of believe it's going to be a lot of Sapphire Wars. So I don't see Gravity Sword being as powerful, but I did want to have a card available in my toolbox to be able to ping everything, right? For 2, especially Tink and Gravity Sword still could be a very strong play. So I did have it as a one-of. And then I wanted to have, instead of the 2 grabs I would usually play with like 2 cannons, I'm only playing 1 grab and 1 Twin Fire. The Twin Fire is just kind of there in case you really don't see like, okay, well, I didn't see my Bells, I didn't see my Smee. You're probably going to see your Twin Fire. Like, you just 1 extra copy of a card for the early game. But also being able to, like, maybe ping off finishing, like, Maui Sharks. I like it in blue-red and stuff like that. Being able to ping off little stuff to finish them off after they've taken damage. But Twin Fire, like, it can be debatable. You can cut it, honestly, as long as if you trust that you're going to see Belle and Smee very consistently, you can cut that Twin Fire. This is not in this list, but I did want to give opinions and what I would, cut, take out, and give takes on it. 1 Jump Ahead. 1 Jump Ahead could be a good card if you're trying to ramp a little bit more. So when you go turn 1 Belle, right, and you go turn 2 Smee, on that same turn when you play Smee, you can see 1 Jump Ahead with the Belle. So that's a card that you can also do. That is a card that's I'm actually playing in my other build that I'm going to be posting this coming weekend that you guys want to check out. But yes, for this one, we are going 4 Tipo, 3 Smee, playing 7 of the 2 drops. Then we are going to our Belle. That's considered a 1-drop, right? We're playing 4 of hers. She's good. We're playing 4 Fishbone Quill. 4 Fishbone Quill is pretty self-explanatory. You guys know what it does. It's still pretty much the best consistent ramp card to have because you're ramping every turn, especially in a whole new world deck. You guys know Quill and Will is just really strong play. We are playing 4 Pete's. 4 Pete's is really good. I am a big advocate for 4 Pete's instead of like the 2 and the 3, because I'd rather have a Pete in my hand that I don't need and ink it, but always have a Pete when I need it. So that's why I'm a big advocate for playing 4P, and I still want to be playing that as a 4 of. We are also playing, as you guys see, we are playing the 4 Hirams. Yes, we are not on Strength of a Raging Fire. We're gonna let the Storm Rage on. Let the Storm Rage on. First of all, I don't want to be drawing cards. I want to be getting rid of my cards so I can wheel. That's one thing. The Ping 2 is uninkable. I'd rather just be playing Twin Fire at that point. The Strength of a Raging Fire, you can make a case for it, but this is more of a kind of tall build, not a wide build, so my strength is not going to get much value. It's only going to give me 2 to 3 pings, which is something I don't really care for in this meta. A lot of things has 4 shield, or if it has something that has 3 shield anyway, my Belle and my Smee should be able to take care of that. But we are playing the 4 Hirams. Obviously, guys, we're playing 8 Popsicles. Like I say, the 4 regular Popsicles and the 4 mystery flavors in Fortisphere. So you play the Hiram because it's still the best kind of draw engine for Sapphire, right? We are playing 1 Vision of the Future. So we are playing 1 Vision of the Future. The reason we are playing 1 Vision, I always like playing 1 Vision. So this deck kind of cycles a lot through your popsicles and your fortis spheres and your harems and your wheel. But there is times, for example, the Tamatoa, it says play an item for free. You can see vision as an extra dime, right? Like as you're trying to dig 5 cards, you can dig for that dime to be able to play it early. When you have cards like it, you see I'm only playing 3 Holy Worlds. Well, that Holy World can be, the visions could be my 4th Holy World if I'm trying to dig 5. I consider my visions a very flexible card that kind of fits in for what I'm trying to dig for. I'm only playing 1 twin fire, but now I could be playing 2 because I dig for 5. Play 3 Holy World, it's like I'm playing 4 because that vision allows me to dig for 5. I most likely will see that card that I am digging for, which is why technically you can, you can cut a card, you can cut like a card that you don't believe it belongs in this deck and put more visions because that card is really strong. I've always liked it as a one of. I don't like seeing multiples of like diggers in my hand because I'm especially like I'm digging a lot through popsicle and fortis spheres and cycling already a lot through anyway. But visions of the future is a good one of strong. We are playing Cogsworth, 3 Cogsworth. Reason I'm playing 3, some people playing 4 is too much. 2's too little in the mirror. 3's always been a good number for me. I still like it. I still believe it's a 3 of, and we're gonna keep it at that. 2 Pyros. Some things are good. Some things are good to just not change in decks. I like the theory that people had with Holy Worlds and Pyros. As you guys know, Pyros is able to banish a character and ready one of your characters if it does. And then that character that you ready can still quest or can still challenge, right? So the reason I'm playing 2, I wanted to kind of focus on the Pyros a little bit because being able to, like with your Arthur, as you guys see, I'm playing the 1 Arthur and giving it that challenger boost plus resist, being able to swing at something that's ready because Arthur allows you to attack the ready characters. Now you have a lot of flexibility of what the Pyros can do. For example, quest with Ariel, quest for 5. Then you do the Pyros. Then you ready the Ariel. You quest for 5 again. That's the 10 lore swing, guys. That's 10 lore. That's nothing to laugh about. You have plays like the Tinkerbell, right? If you have a Tinkerbell and a Pyros and a Tinkerbell is able to attack twice, you attack with the Tinkerbell, then you go the Pyros, ready the Tinkerbell, and attack with the Tinkerbell. It puts a lot of pressure, but the Arthur, it helps a lot. Also, when you have a singer, you sing with the Cogsworth, you do want to get rid of your Cogsworth and your Pyros being able to challenge somebody, then your Cogsworth goes and readies it again. There's a lot of flexible plays that you guys are able to do with this. The Tamatoa, you play an item for free, and then you can possibly ready it again, and then you can play another item for free. It could be the first time could be the popsicle, second time could be a dime. These plays matter. So we have cards like, yes, we are playing the 1 of Wreck-It Ralph. That is my spice for this deck. You don't have to play it. This can be a hideaway. This can be whatever. So the reason I'm playing Wreck-It Ralph is because it is, first of all, a threat that must be answered. The reason being is because I don't care if I banish my popsicles and my fortis spheres because they're going to come right back with Tamatoa. So because I have that recycler with Tamatoa, my Wreck-It Ralph, I do not get punished for banishing my own items. And Wreck-It Ralph, as you guys know, whenever it quests, it can banish a location or an item and you gain 2 additional lore, so it quests technically for 5. Now, we are going item, probably meta, right? So being able to me get rid of their sapphire coils, their popsicles, or getting rid of their items, and me getting rewarded for that and gaining 2 lore because I got rid of their stuff, it's a possible threat. That's another thing with Pyros, right? I can go Wreck-It Ralph, wreck one of my items, then ready with the Pyros. If the Pyros banish someone, then Wreck-It Ralph again, and then banish one of theirs. And that is a 10 lore swing. So I did want to focus the Pyros because I believe being able to have swings with the Ariel and the Wreck-It Ralph and the Tamatoa is really powerful stuff. So yeah, that is my take of why I'm doing Pyros. As you guys see, that's also my take of why I'm also doing Wreck-It Ralph, which should be really good and must be answered. He's a little slow to answering items, but I don't believe you're like in a full rush. This is more for like you're gonna win mid-range to grindy battles than it is for you to like, I need to like on-curve Benja, on-curve Beast. Like, I don't feel like we need that. I'd rather me do these threats, these lore questing threats that kind of do the same thing. They're a little slower, but reward you more in the long run. Because I believe with cards like Bell and being able to like Pyros, you do put a lot of decks on check to be able to prevent them from going off and kind of getting to their 20 lore. Yes, we are playing, like I said, we are playing the 2 Miss Bianca. I already have said that. We are playing that for the wheel singing, but we are playing 3 Tinkerbells. You guys know what 3 Tinkerbells do. Pretty self-explanatory. We are playing the Arthur. I already told you guys what that do. Pretty self-explanatory. We are playing 2 Hades, guys. We are not playing Let It Go. We are playing 2 Hades. The Hades is a really strong card. I miss playing Hades. I was stuck on Let It Go because obviously I was more like on the mid-rangey, not ramp build with the back-to-back build. The back-to-back, that's the deck that I was playing, that's what I called it. That's why I couldn't really play Hades, but we are playing Wheel, Whole New World, and we are playing Fishbone Quill, which obviously allows us to ramp and to get to that. So we are playing 2 Hades instead of the 2 Let It Goes, and that's going to complement us with 2 Along Came Zeus. So we have 4 ways to out problematic threats. Along Came Zeus takes out most of it, but usually whatever Along Came Zeus cannot take out, Hades does the job for us. And we are playing 3 Whole New World, not 4. Any Whole New World build for the most part I've done is 3. Yeah, 3 seems to work. And then, like we said, we are playing the 2 Lucky Dimes for those aerial targets, for the Hades, for the Tamatoa, for the Arthur. We do have some constant things. Now, you do want to be kind of careful with the aerial. You want to make sure you set yourself up to have the most items, right? You possibly do it after the Tamatoa and then you play. You want to kind of set yourself up for that. We are not playing big Tamatoa. I don't feel like it's needed. Like we said, this is to my liking. I've never really been the biggest fan of this card. So when the new Tamatoa got announced, I was very excited because that's a card that I can definitely go forward and play. But yes, guys, this is my deck. Let me know what you guys think. This is my Whole New World deck. There's things that obviously can be improved that you guys can have your own style and change to it. But this is what I believe is going to be a solid foundation because I am playing cards that deal threats, as in like you have to answer them, or I'm just kind of going to take over the game. Also, you should be favored into the mirror. The way I seem to have it built, and I see a lot of mirrors out there, you should be definitely favored into the mirror. You should be favored into Amber Steel. You should be favored into Purple Steel, into Lord of the Ground decks, as long as you see the bell, right? Your struggles, blue-red. Obviously, blue-red's still going to be blue-red, right? It's still going to be doing these good things. You kind of want to make sure you just consistently bring out your hand, make them deal with it. Whole New World, bring out your hand, make them deal with it, etc. like that. Have nice timed Whole New Worlds for them, or if they think they actually ramp and then they're kind of getting rid of their draw engine, that's when you overwhelm them with Hirams and bringing back Tamatoa and like that. So there's definitely ways to be blue-red, but it's just tough matchup with this build. But anyways, you guys, like, subscribe. I'm going to be giving you guys another Sapphire Steel Decklist, which is different than this one. It's not involve Whole New World. It is more tempo-ish. It involves aerial. It involves making characters ward. It involves, you know what? I'll just save it for that video, guys. But yes, thank you for all the love and support. I can't wait to see you guys in set 7, picking up all these new decks. And yeah, guys, all right, make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.